What is going on, everybody? This is Dave. Welcome back to another episode of Wolves A. My wall save here on Football Manager 2018. Now, in the last episode, we ended up exiting the FA Cup. If you haven't gone and checked that out, go and check it out on the playlist. I'm just babbling on now already, aren't I? We're going to see how we've been getting on today. This is the penultimate episode of Season 2. The season has gone extremely well, but there have been plenty of ups and downs already during the rest of the games that we've already played. So since that big defeat, it finished 0-0 against Everton in our next game in the Cup. In the league rather, not the Cup. Pretty happy with this. Everton are a side that are up there challenging for European places. So to get a draw against them, a point, we gave them a very good match. And another day we could have won, and another day they could have won. So overall, we'll take a point. Again, another strong point this time against Chelsea. They did go down to 10 men with 18 minutes to go. Casemiro getting sent off, but they got some fantastic plays. Hazard picking up the man of the match. Plenty of tackles and fouls in this game, as you can see, 21 fouls overall. We could have easily won this game, but again, so could they. Very similar to the Everton game on whichever team's day they could have done it, but we'll definitely take a point again against Chelsea, another very strong team in the league. We then bounced back and got back to winning ways though. We beat Crystal Palace 2-1. Leonardo da Silva Lopez with his signature edge of the box goal. Crystal Palace did equalise though. Adam Unas on the 46th minute, but Jose Perez, the substitute, coming in, scoring in the 82nd minute to give us a vital 3 points. However, a game that was slightly strange. Manchester City went and beat us 1-0. They also missed a penalty. It was Bernardo Silva, the goal scorer on the 20th minute. But we actually came into this game as favourites, mainly due to the fact that Manchester City's manager had just been sacked. They're doing okay, but probably not as good as they would want to be. But again, we could have so easily won this game. It's really strange to say, but we're going into games against these big sides and giving them a match. But a good result, well, not a good result, but a good performance, we can say, despite us losing 1-0 against City. However, we then lost to bottom of the league Sunderland, one of the worst teams I've actually seen on Football Manager in a league, to be honest. They've really been struggling, and even though they beat us, it could have even been more. We made a couple of mistakes this game. We just didn't have our shooting boots on us. We had a good amount of efforts, but a lot of them were just from range or wide. But Sunderland are actually relegated now already after this game, so it's not been the greatest of seasons for them. I've looked at their players. There's no one really that I'm probably going to have a look at when they go down, to be honest. They've still got a pretty standard championship side. They've got some good players in there, Slimani, they've got Rondon as well, but none of which that I think would come in and improve our side. And then finally, a game that should have been on the live com, but I did a stupid mistake again like last episode, but nonetheless, we're still going to have some games today. We beat Southampton 3-2. Gnabry got us off to an early start with a lovely ball from Calvert-Lewin right across the face of goal. Gnabry just tapped it in. Gabbiadini equalised almost instantly on the 15th minute. However, Patrick Cutrone started and finally scored for the first time in 22 games. He had a fantastic performance out there, an 8.1 overall. He grabbed a goal, had another couple of chances, forced through to some great saves, and then Calvert-Lewin on the 88th minute won us the game, a fantastic 3 points. And Southampton in real trouble of going down as well at the moment. Gabbiadini, maybe we can look at him when they go down, but these have got, in contrast to Sunderland, Southampton have definitely got some players that we can look at. But nonetheless, we're back to winning ways. We're going to be playing up against Stoke today's episode. We have got a few things to go through, so we're not going to do a double live cup today. We'll probably do it next episode when we play up against Liverpool and Burnley. But obviously beating Southampton, they just beat Liverpool 4-1 as well. So the league is getting very interesting. So let's have a quick look at the league before we move on. We're 12th in the league, 43 points, just 10 points behind Liverpool. We've got a game in hand. It's a very long shot, but can we get Europe? I don't know. We probably have to win the remaining sort of 4 games for any chance, but we do play Liverpool in one of those games. We've actually got 5 games, so there's a big chance we might be able to do something. But today we do play against Stoke, so we'll have to beat them. At the moment, it looks like Sunderland and Burnley are more or less down. Sunderland are already down, but Southampton is struggling at the moment, 5 points behind West Ham. I think whoever does go down here, there's a real chance that we can have a look at some of their players. But for us to avoid expectation to be avoid relegation, for us to sort of sit quite comfortably at the moment at 12, it's been a very strong season for us overall. Now, as you can see here, Fellaini finishing the top half. I don't think that's for this season, that's for next season, so we're all right. Promises wise, now one is really stupid that has happened. It's obviously gone here. Diogo Jota is injured again at the moment, but basically what had happened was, this is what I'm assuming if I remember correctly, in between our playoff semi-final and playoff final last year, I had a bid agreed for Jota and offered him a contract. And in that contract was a promise that we would be promoted to the Premier League this season. But obviously, we won the playoffs and then he agreed the contract afterwards. And already we were promoted. So it's coming to the season and it's obviously a glitch in the game where that promise is still intact. And obviously this season we're already in the Premier League. So we're not going to get promoted to the Premier League. And it's triggered him to be unhappy and he wants to leave the club. So it's a little bit annoying. I dropped him for a few games, but he's injured anyway now, which hopefully it sort of peters away slowly, but it is a little bit annoying that that's happened. But horrible news as well. Willy Bolly out to 4 to 5 months with a lower leg injury, broken lower leg. It was even long, but obviously he's already been out for quite a while. He was a fantastic player for us this year. 6.91, which for a debut Premier League season for a lower side isn't too bad. But I fear that may be his final full season in the Wolves shirt. 28 years of age now, he's not going to get any younger. So it is a real shame that, to be honest. But overall, we're doing all right in the league. Things are going quite well for us. We're doing very solid. Overall balance of 10 million. The money's going up a little bit. I've already got my eye on a few players that I want to try and get on pre-contracts. We have had our youth intake as well. So one of the guys is Alec Venus, a 15-year-old who's 6'4". That's ridiculous. The scouts rate him a little bit with the coaches. Physically, he's pretty good, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see how we can get on. But his determination of 4, it doesn't really give me much hope in him maybe growing much as a player. There's another guy here, Paul Doyle. He looks pretty good, to be honest. Very, very quick again. And determination of 19 and work rate of 14 this time. We've got, I think it's Jose Perez looking after him. So I'll be interested to see if he grows much, to be honest. I think he might do quite well as a player. Just working on sort of the crossing and so on. But it's annoying that we haven't got any players with those, like a real standout technical stat. The other player is Tony Potter as well. He's a goalkeeper who looks okay, but nothing too spectacular at the moment. But other than that, it was a pretty standard youth intake. As you can see, a lot of sort of 2-3 star maybe potential players. So not too bad, but it could have been a lot better. But today we're going to be playing up against Stoke. They're 14th in the league at the moment, 41 points, 2 points behind us. But as I say, game in hand of a few teams. If we win this game, we'll jump up to 9th in the league. So I'm really hoping we can do that. That'll be a big bonus for us. And hopefully we can go on to have a strong end to the season. But before we do move on, though, I had a bid, not a bid, I got approached by Manchester City. I did have a note saved, but it's gone missing. But Manchester City, currently probably not doing as well as they would have wanted to do, ended up sacking their manager Allegri. They approached me, and I rejected it, and obviously the board are all happy as Larry. So I don't know if I got a new contract, but I just sort of committed with Wolves. So they brought George Jesus in, and obviously they beat us there, Man City did. So that was something that I thought I'd let you guys know about. But let's go into this game today at the Molineux against Didier Deschamps' Stoke side. So then here we are for the game against Stoke City. It's a Sunday kickoff, lunchtime at the Molineux. And we're going to look at our team first, starting with Rajkovic in goal. And Marine, House, Bavaro and Palencia are the back 4 today with Neves, De Silva, Lopez and Doyle making that midfield three of their own. And Doyle keeping Fellaini out of the team. Gnabry will come in on the left today. Had a good performance last time out with Cutrone up top and Calvert-Lewin on the right, keeping Cavallero out. Obviously a Jose Perez on there as well. Stoke with a 4-2-3-1 with Osako up front, Sobi, Boyan and Shaqiri. It's a pretty good three there. Vukcevic, I think that is, with Fletcher, and then Asamoah, Martin Diddy, Dendoncker, Cameron and Butland in goal for Stoke. A pretty solid team from them with some good players there. But talking to the team assertively, I don't want to say we're going to secure survival because we're nowhere near that sort of thing anyway. If we carry on today where we finished last time out, I like it. And then we'll talk to the players and say I think there's a lot more to come. Beautiful. So a pretty good team talk there. And we're going to jump into the game and hopefully get a win and hopefully see us jump into the top 10 in the league. That would be perfect. Is it going to be a late run for Europe? Who knows? But it'd be nice to get off to a good start here anyway. And Doyle not with the best ball out wide, and Stoke will pick the ball up and hopefully bring it forward. Osako, Boyan on the ball. Is it Boyan or Bojan? I always ask this question. I used to say Bojan, but people say Boyan, don't they? It's like a soft J. He has a good chance there, and Saved by Rajkovic in goal. Another chance here from the corner. And headed back out. Stoke knocking on the door early on. The only shot of the game so far in the first 2 minutes has been for the away side. And there's a chance, and I think it was cleared off the line. Palencia on the line. Clears off almost a perfect goal scoring chance for Stoke. Free kick right on the edge from Neves and over the bar. We don't score enough free kicks, I don't think. Especially for the quality of players that we've got. Ruben Neves there right on the edge of the box. Should have definitely put that away. But Stoke now coming forward with the ball. Looking for the opening goal of the game. Ramadan here into Bojan. On the left-hand side, we'll find Shaqiri. A little bit of room there for their right back who's burst forward a little bit. Stoke quite attacking here with their full-back. Shaqiri with a chance. Into the hands of Rajkovic. Stoke with a massive number of chances so far. Free kick from range from Shaqiri and not a bad effort at all. We're just going to encourage our players slightly. Hopefully get a little bit more out of them. Palencia on the right to Ruben Neves into Calvert-Lewin. A little bit of pace from him. No, he cuts it back inside to De Silva Lopez. You'll find Gnabry on the left. Cuts inside back to De Silva Lopez into Doyle. Cutrone again gets away from his man and shoots across the face of goal. Another chance. I think that goal in the last game will give him some great confidence to go into his very, very strong last game. Hopefully he does the business for us. Patrick Cutrone starting up top. Palencia now. They're down to 10 men with Asamoah on the sideline. De Silva Lopez, can we make the most of it? Ruben Neves, load of room out on the right, but Calvert-Lewin will get down to the byline. In towards Cutrone. Good chance. What a goal again. 2-2 now for Patrick Cutrone. Lovely touch past the defender and fires it into the far post. As it stands, we're in the top half of the Premier League. Ruben Neves here pokes it forward to Calvert-Lewin. And look at this for Patrick Cutrone. Little chest down and fires it past Jack Butland. A beautiful goal. As it stands, top half, 1-0 Wolves. Corner kick in from Shaqiri. Headed half cleared by House. He'll come back out to Shaqiri. Then Donker again. Vukcevic and Asamoah well wide. League table still not updated, but we'll be very, very happy with this so far. There we go now. Confirmation is moving up tonight. Middlesbrough doing quite well as well since they've come up. Sunderland obviously being very, very poor though. De Silva Lopez over to Marine. To Ruben Neves. De Silva Lopez into Ndiaye. Back across to Gnabry. To Ruben Neves again. Ndiaye. De Silva Lopez. Cutrone couldn't quite hold on to the ball. We'll head it back forward though. Ndiaye again. Finds Calvert-Lewin. He's got the overlap if he wants it. He'll find Cutrone though. He'll feed it back across to Palencia. Palencia into Calvert-Lewin. One more pass. And Ndiaye should have scored. Very, very close, but great football from us there. It's still 1-0. Here's Asamoah with the throw-in. Bojan again. Vukcevic. Back out to Cameron. Back out to Fletcher again. Vukcevic again. Over to Cameron. A little bit of room for Osako. A shot. Trying to force it across the face of goal, but Rajkovic holds on to it pretty easily. Coming up towards the end of the first half. We're still 1-0 up here, but Rajkovic has had a broken finger. That's probably not ideal for a goalkeeper, is it? So we'll bring him off. Potential hand injury. We'll bring John Ruddy on. That's one of our subs gone. But John Ruddy was very, very solid for us last season. Not had much chances this year. His contract is running out. I think I'm going to let it run. He's on pretty big wage, to be honest. And we'll see who we can bring in. See if I don't really want to bring in anyone to replace Rajkovic. Maybe someone to rival him slightly. Because he's a very, very good goalkeeper. But John Ruddy coming on right at the end of the first half. Where we have a lead here against Stoke. A lot of possession. Catching up with them for the amount of shots. But the one goal that counts is Patrick Cutrone's lovely effort. So here we are. Second half kicks off here at the Molineux. 9th place in the league. As I say, we're sort of 7 points behind Liverpool at the moment with 4 games to go. We'll have to rely on a lot, but it's definitely doable. Is it Europe? I don't know. I think Burnley in this FM got Europe for finishing 7th. So I think we need to see who can win the Cups. 7th's definitely doable, I think. But let's see. Vavro with the chance. His shot was blocked by Ndiaye, which is a little bit annoying. I say 7th is definitely doable. They're only 1 point behind Liverpool anyway, so it's probably not. Corner onto the edge to the De Silva Lopez. Shot on goal. Saved by Butland. Europe's... I don't know what am I on about Europe? It's way too far ahead. We shouldn't be aiming at that already. We've had a very, very solid season. We should be happy with what we've got. 1-0 up against Stoke. Is there going to be another chance? Is there going to be another goal? Ruben Neves into Palencia. Back out to Ruben Neves. Into Ndiaye, into De Silva Lopez. Turns to find Ruben Neves. Got loads of room. De Silva Lopez and Ndiaye. Good one-touch, quick passing. Patrick Cutrone. Doesn't shoot. I like that. Cuts back inside out to De Silva Lopez. We'll get back in to the byline. Towards Calvert-Lewin. Off the bar. Patrick Cutrone has scored again It's 3-2. The one goal has given him the confidence. The streak is over. We have a star striker on our hands. Get in. De Silva Lopez, ball in. Calvert-Lewin and Patrick Cutrone finally starts to turn up when we need him the most. It's another goal and it's 2-0. Shaqiri into Darren Fletcher. Stoke will be searching for a goal, but there is half an hour to go. Vukcevic into Bojan, into Osako. A low, hard shot. Didn't really worry us there. John Ruddy will take it. Courtney House into Gnabry. Gnabry back to Ruben Neves. Not the best pass forward from Neves. Calorie now will strike and put it wide there. John Ruddy with a goal kick. Out short to Palencia. Plays it up to Calvert-Lewin. Across to De Silva Lopez. Calvert-Lewin again on the ball. Cuts it into Cutrone. Tries to find Cavallero. Got tackled, but Cavallero won it back. There's Calvert-Lewin. It should have been free. Should have been free. Another good chance of Calvert-Lewin on the right-hand side. Ruben Neves now onto the edge to De Silva Lopez, as he always does. And this time he tries to volley it, but it's at the goalkeeper. We've had 12 shots today. 2-0 up. It's been a very, very comfortable performance from us. Stoke haven't worried us too much. We've been very, very solid in this game. Here's Muniesa into Vukcevic again. Bojan on the ball. Another strike. Well wide from Stoke. They won't be happy with their performance today. We'll make our final change of the game. We'll bring off Alfred N'Diaye. We'll bring on Marouane Fellaini now. It's been a very, very solid performance from us. And the whole team really, but as I say, Marie goes up to a 7.0. Everyone bar the keeper, who hasn't really had much to do. John really there sees that one go wide. Everyone's on a rating of over 7.0, which is pretty solid. Here's Ruben Neves though. Is he going to have a shot? No, he tries to dink it in. Cleared away now, only is back as far as Ruben Neves, who runs back to collect that. To Vavro, to House. As long as we don't make a mistake, forces it back to John Ruddy. Will take his time with this, I'd assume. Pokes it forward to House. Not the best ball forward. Calorie now, and Stoke maybe with a half chance to get back into the game. And then brushed it, and Osako fires it wide again. Nieza with a throw-in. Cleared forward. Cameron. And it's headed away. And here's Cutrone chasing a hat-trick. He's got the ball. Cavallero back in towards Patrick Cutrone. De Silva Lopez will find Cavallero. There's an option on the left. De Silva Lopez will thread it through. Not the best of through balls. And now Stoke can come knocking again. 3 minutes to go here. Marine, not the best ball, but Ruddy does collect it. Cameron up towards Fletcher. Stoke will pile on this pressure here. Berahino hot on the heels. It's a horrible effort from Berahino. And that should be our job done now. 1 minute to go. We're still sort of fairly attacking, and Stoke coming at us a little bit more. Berahino with a chance. What a save from John Ruddy. We are going to go defensive now, only because of how high our players are pushing. If there was a goal there, it would have been a very, very worrying stoppage time. But it's a fantastic save from John Ruddy to stop Stoke there. Is a one last chance. Palencia out to Ruben Neves, who has a shot, and it was blocked. It'd be nice to see Ruben Neves score a little bit more, but obviously he's playing a lot deeper now. Manchester United were interested in him in January. But obviously we've still got him, and he looks absolutely incredible for us at the moment. Here is Neves. Fellaini again. Neves to Fellaini. Palencia now to Neves. De Silva Lopez to Palencia. Back to De Silva Lopez. Good patient build-up, but the ref's raised his flag, and that should be the end of the game now. A very, very solid victory for us here at the Molineux against Stoke. Patrick Cutrone with 2 goals. Can he get a number 3, or is it too late? There we go. Full time. It is a little bit too late, but 3-2 now for him. He's had a very, very good change. I like that a lot, and hopefully he can be a little bit of a powerhouse and a goal-scoring machine coming up towards the end of the season. So Rajkovic is out for 5 to 6 weeks. That's more or less the end of the season now. So John Ruddy will be our goalkeeper for the rest of the season. But Patrick Cutrone, 21 years of age, 2 goals today. Very, very solid. And really, I was tempted to terminate his loan in January. He may well have his chance and another opportunity at staying maybe for next season with his change in form. Very, very solid for us now. Hopefully that will help us a lot towards the end of the season, as I say. Now, the next episode is going to be the final game of the season. We'll try and do a double live game. We'll do Liverpool and Burnley. So in the meantime, I'm going to be playing up against Watford. Very, very similar position to us at the moment in 11th. And Manchester United, who look set to win the league. They're first, 5 points clear at the moment. We'll see how we can get on versus those two. But in the meantime, we'll play those and then play up against Liverpool and Burnley. If you enjoyed it today, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you go and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links to those are in the description down below, as described in the last video. But until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.